Make sure to stay seated, kids. Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Wave hi to our fellow tour guide over there on the right. They work really hard. Now, before we head in to the reserve, my friends, if you have any loose articles, now would be the time to hold on to them tightly or tuck them away, just because it can get quite bumpy out there, and we don't want anything going overboard because we cannot stop to pick it up. Now, up above each and every one of your heads is an animal spotting guide. We cannot promise to see each and every one of those animals, although we will most certainly do our best out there. Now, to begin our safari, friends, we're going to head into the Little Ituri Forest. The animals that live here like to use their coats as camouflage, and it makes for a great game of hide and seek. So let's be on the lookout for what may lie on either side of the truck, and I'll be sure to point out each and every animal that I see. Over on the right there, that's an okapi. They look a lot like zebra, but they're more closely related to giraffe. Now, I know they're not as tall, but they do share the same skull structure and the same tongue. That tongue is flexible and dark in color to keep from getting sunburned. How cool is that? Now, sometimes we get lucky and get to see the other animal over there with the okapi. They are yellowback dikers. Now, diker in Swahili just means diver, friends. So when they get scared, they dive into the nearest bush, bamboo, or tree. They also have a yellow strip down the back of their back, which is easy to see. Now, as we dive deeper into the forest, my friends, look on the left for a black rhino or two. Now, these black rhino are the smaller of the two rhino here in the reserve. We do have both black and white rhino. These black rhino will weigh in around 3,000 pounds apiece and have a hooked lip on the end of their face that helps grab whatever it is their heart desires. Now, if you ever see them not in the clearing over here, be sure to check up here on the left. I see one of our friends now. Now, the only known reason for the decline in black rhinos over the years is due to their only known predators, which are poachers. There's only about 5,000 of them left in the entire world. And if you look to your right, those are bongos, known to be the ghost of the forest. These bongos are shy and relatively reclusive. And that's our black rhino friend over there on the left. Now, over here on the left as well, in a bit of a clearing, are some birds. These birds are saddle-billed storks. They mate for life and have a wingspan of 9 feet wide. The females have a yellow ring around their eye and the males do not, and that's how we tell them apart. These animals also have inverted knees, which means they bend the opposite of our human knees. My friends, and head up over the hill here into the Safi River. The Safi River is home to the aquatic animals here in the reserve, and that means we have a good chance of spotting a hippo or two today. Now, they are nocturnal, which means they're more active at night, but that doesn't mean they can't come out and say hello. They have been known to do that before. Now, a good way to spot a hippo, my friends, is looking for some bubbles or even a dark shadow below the water surface. And not to worry, my friends, there's another hippo pool over here on the left-hand side. Now, over here on the left-hand side are not just hippos, but some birds there on the island. Those are pink-backed pelicans. Now, these pink-backed pelicans, friends, are not currently pink because they only turn pink during mating season, which it is not. However, these birds do not sweat, and I get quite jealous because it gets hot here in Tangerine Bay. Now, sometimes you'll see blackbirds out here on the left. Pay them no mind. They're just here for the attention. Now, if you look to your left, it looks like the truck in front of us did spot a hippo or two. Feel free to look over that railing there, see if you can spot one. I do see the back of one right here over this railing there, between the bushes there and the shrubs. Now, as we round this corner, feel free to check out over there under the waterfall. Sometimes these hippos like to hang out under the waterfall. They do have sensitive skin, and I'm sure that water pressure feels nice on some days. And as we continue our safari, friends, we're going to cross over this bridge. The name of the bridge is Croc Bridge because there are crocodiles living on the left-hand side. Now, these crocodiles can grow to reach 16 foot in length. That's about the average height of an adult giraffe here on the reserve. And these animals are also ectothermic. That means when their mouths are open, not only are they smiling nice and pretty at you, but they're also trying to regulate their body temperature. Now, we know these are crocodiles and not armadillos for 2 have a V-shaped snout and not a round snout like that of the alligator.
Yeah, it is.
Now we are soon to be leaving the Sophie Friends just like we did the forest just a few moments ago. And the savannah is known to be home to some of the most notorious animals here on planet Earth. Oh, and it looks like we've hit a bit of a backup. Now, not to worry, my friends, we'll be back on the move here momentarily. In the meantime, feel free to look to your right, see what you can spot, maybe down below.
I see giraffes way over there.
Now, some of the green trucks or all-terrain vehicles that you may see out here on the reserve, my friends, they're meant to be here. They are the animal caretakers. The animals know, trust, and love these people, as do we. They work really hard, and we appreciate everything they do. Now, some of these animals are free roaming and can get really close to the truck at times, so please be sure to just be respectful and don't call or reach out to any of these animals. Alright. Now we're going to go get this started, my friends. Those striped friends over there on the right hand side are Hartman Mountain Zebra. They're the only zebra in the world known to have a dewlap flap. That dewlap flap hangs below their chin and keeps them nice and cool on hot days. We know the zebra here on the reserve are black with white stripes based on the color of their nose, and a group of zebra is called a dazzle. Now there's a tall animal out there. They are the Maasai giraffe. Now the Maasai giraffe are here on the reserve. Over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, there are reticulated giraffe, and the only difference is their pattern. They are both giraffe, my friend. Now these animals stand an average height of 16 foot tall. They have ossicones on the top of their head, which is just skin covered by our friends, and they have the same tongue as the okapi like we learned about earlier in our safari. Now they have a color print and pattern that are unique to them, just like our fingerprints are to us humans. And a group of giraffe is called a tower of giraffe friend. Now coming up here on the left hand side will be our next animal. Now sometimes they like to hang out in their cave, which is where a couple of them are. They are African painted dogs. Now they are not like our dogs at home, however beautiful they are. They are only beautiful to look at. They hunt down their prey using teamwork, which means when one gets tired, the next takes the lead until their prey eventually drops of exhaustion. And they only have 4 toes on each paw. The African painted dogs friends over there on the left in their cave. Now just past these African painted dogs are going to be some more animals over here on the left hand side. Now, the ones with the longhorns are Ankole cattle. They're the only domesticated animal here in the reserve. And the ones with the horns that roll down their backside are the sable antelope. They are the emblem of the reserve here in Harambe. And these animals up here on the left and right hand sides of the truck are wildebeest. Wildebeest in Swahili just translates into wild beast friends. On this side of the savannah as well are quite a few termite mounds. They're hard as concrete, made of 3 things. Those 3 things are saliva, dirt, and dung. Now on the inside of these Ankole cattle horns, there's a honeycomb-like structure which makes them not so heavy on their head and easy for blood flow. They do go moo and are seen as a sign of wealth in some African tribes, not really used for meat or milk. Now those wildebeest over there on the right-hand side, friends, when they stampede in groups of thousands, they can in fact stir up enough dust and dirt to be seen from space. Now they do not move, but if you replace the M with an N, they do go new. And there's some more of those Maasai giraffe over there on the right hand side as well. Now, these giraffe friends don't tend to sleep very much, but they function just fine. And these giraffe, when born, had a 6 foot fall to earth because giraffe normally give birth standing up. Now, not to worry, my friends, that baby is usually up and walking, if not running, within the first 15 to 20 minutes of life. I do apologize for the delay, my friends. We are once again stopped out here on the ride path. Alright, now we are back on the move, my friends. Thank you for your patience, and I apologize for the delay. Around the corner here, there are going to be some more wildebeest and some more Maasai giraffe. Now this area through here is what we call Giraffe Barn. This is where they all like to hang out. More wildebeest on the right, hiding out behind those trees and bushes there. Just up ahead here on the right hand side is African elephant territory. Now it does look like there's a couple elephants out and about, my friends, and we're sure to get a good look at them here in a moment. Now over here on the left are some mandrill monkeys, a troop of mandrill monkeys. These animals can be the biggest monkey in the world, and they have pockets on the inside of their cheeks to hold their snacks throughout the entire day, and they resemble Rafiki from the Lion King as well. There's a couple out there eating, my friends, on the left. Now those troop of mandrill monkeys are on the left, and over here on the right is going to be African elephant territory. Now, these African elephants have ears shaped like the continent, not the country of Africa, and when they flap their ears, they're trying to cool down their bodies. We like to say these animals have their own built-in air conditioning. Now, that one's giving us a great example of flapping those ears, my friends, and these animals have really good hearing and sensitive skin as well. That means not only will you see them flap their ears, but you may see them throw dirt, dust, water, and mud up and over their shoulders, my friends. The mud works for a great moisturizer on their dry skin, and not only for these elephants, but for the rhino and warthog here on the reserve as well. Now this bridge up ahead can be a bit rickety, but Hakuna Matata, my friends. Soon to be heading around the corner here and through some red clay pits. The red clay pits are frequented by these elephants because they eat the red clay for the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that the red clay provides them that they wouldn't otherwise get in their everyday daily diets. Now, I came through here earlier and happened to see some tusk waxen footprints over there on the right hand side, which is a good indication that an elephant has been by or may return later this evening. And speaking of elephants, their second elephant yard is over here on the left hand side, friends. And it does look like there's a couple out and about over there on the left hand side. Now, sometimes these elephants can play a great game of hide and seek. I know that's hard to believe considering their size. However, I am going to show you one place they like to hide out so that you can check every other time you're in safaris, friends. continue to look to the left, my friends. We're going to drive through some overflow in the elephant waters here. Peekaboo.
Look at those elephants. Rana, look. Elephants. You see them? Keeping them cool.
Alright, my friends, now those elephants are over there on the left, and soon to be on the left as well are going to be a flamboyance. A flamboyance is known to be a group of flamingos, like over here on the left. Now these are greater flamingo, meaning that they are the bigger of the flamingo species, standing 5 foot tall, 9 pounds fully grown. Now these animals are born small, gray, and fuzzy. They don't actually turn pink until around 2 years of age, after eating enough of the beta carotene and the brine shrimp that they're fed, friends.
Yeah.
Now that hiding spot I was telling y'all about is to the left, right past this rock here. Their territory expands way past these trees and bushes there on the left, so always make sure to check there for any elephants that may be hiding out and about. Now this next territory is white rhino territory. That's their method over there to the left, friends. Now these animals are free roaming, meaning if you don't see any on this side, we might be able to see some on the other side. And I really hope we do that way. I can show you one of my favorite animals out here on the reserve. Now these animals weigh up to 6,000 pounds fully grown. They have a wider mouth as well versus that hooked lip of the black rhino. And a group of rhino is called a crash of rhino. Now sometimes these animals like to hang out over here on the right hand side among the trees and bushes near the rocks and things. Oh, and it does look like there's a couple up there. If you look through the trees there on the right hand side, you might see a mom and baby white rhino. Up there on the right hand side, friends, white rhino. It appears to be a mom and baby rhino. Now this next animal is going to be on the left. They're kind of hard to spot, but I've had several trucks be successful today in finding one or two of them. Now these animals do purr and they have non-retractable claws. We like to call those built-in cleats. And they're the fastest land animal, going 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds. You're looking for the cheetah. The cheetah, my friends. Cheetah on the left and white rhino on the right. Cheetah on the left, white rhino on the right. Now, a fun fact about these cheetah here on the reserve, my friends, is that they are all currently female, and I like to refer to them as our cheetah girls. There's some over there on the left-hand side as well, my friends, hanging out in the shade there. And just past these cheetah girls up ahead are going to be some Kopi rocks. Now Kopi rocks were the inspiration for Pride Rock in a Disney movie called The Lion King. And it does look like the lions are out and about, my friends. Look to your left.
Rana, look at lions. Wow, up there. Yeah, did you see him? Big one right there.
Now, a group of lions is called the Pride, and they do tend to rest for 16 to 18 hours a day, being more active the rest of the time. Now, they do have a cave that they like to hide out in, but my friends, it looks like they are wanting to be seen today. Now, not only are those lions out and about there on the left-hand side, but there are indeed some more white rhino over here on the right-hand side. There's white rhino over there on the right.
You see those rhinos?
And there's an animal right past those rocks there laying down. That's Sebastian. He's the only and the oldest Bontebok here on the reserve at 15 years old.
What?
15 years old, my friend.
A rhino. Look at that lion over there. Oh, okay.
Did you know these guys were vegetarians? They eat grass instead. Now, they are very majestic, and hearing them roar is a next level experience, my friends. Now, right in the corner here on the left-hand side are going to be warthog burrows. They're created by the warthog using the two sets of tusks they have on the front of their bodies, and it looks like they're having a communal snacking down there on the left, friends. Now, these animals do like to play in the mud and are considered relatives of the pigs, but no, we do not like to refer to them as Pumbaa, because Pumbaa in Swahili means foolish and is quite the insult to these animals. Now, just up ahead, if you didn't get a good look the first time, are some more of those white rhino. And Sebastian over there on the right hand side. Now, also on the right hand side are going to be ostrich eggs. Now, they belong to the biggest bird in the world. However, that bird does not fly. They do run at speeds of around 30 to 40 miles an hour. Now, those eggs are said to weigh 3 to 5 pounds apiece and are durable enough for a human to stand on without being crushed. Although I've never seen it done, nor have I tried it myself. We're just going to roll with it. Now, it takes an ostrich about 20 minutes to lay one of those eggs and about 40 days for it to hatch. Now, just up ahead is going to be the warden's post. The warden is hosting Nigerian dwarf goat. These animals are small, social, playful creatures that like to stand on things. They do tend to get the zoomies as well and be quite the chatterbox. I've heard they will take care of any and every pesky little weed in your yard. And they have really sweet milk as well. It's oftentimes sold at markets for profit. Now, I know they're cute, but no, you cannot take them home.
They're standing on the car.
Now, if you'd like, you can head next door to Rafiki's Planet Watch. That's here in Africa, friends. Hop on their train. It'll take you up to their animal hospital. Now, that's a building with some AC, if that's any incentive for you. They have the occasional art class up there as well for all ages, not just the little ones. And they have what we call the affection section. Now, the affection section is a petting zoo, my friends, where they do have some of those goats like we just saw, pigs and cows as well. Now, if you're a wilderness explorer, you have the chance to earn up to 5 more badges over at Rafiki's and the one here on safaris. And you've been riding this Simba one, SIMBA one, my friends. You're going to fill that information out on pages 14 and 15 of that Wilderness Survival Guide and pick up your patch on your way out today. And if you brought a stroller with you, make sure to pick it up on your way out. And if you're in need of a bathroom break, the closest one is back down through the village on the left-hand side of the white building. The left-hand side of the white building, friends. Now, here in Giraffes, we do not like to say goodbye. It's far too hard and far too final. Instead, we like to wish you well, and how we do that is by saying Quahari. Quahari just means to go well, my friends. So go well, go wild, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, or wherever your journey takes you next, my friends. Make sure to stay hydrated out there. Stay safe. Come back and see us. I had a good time. I hope you all did as well.